Russell Wilson now officially has more passing touchdowns than bathrooms in his house. So he reached that milestone. It only took him 16 games into the NFL season for him to reach that number. But here he was. And now they are 4-12. And their pick, which now belongs to the Seahawks, top 5 pick, it's like, what a disaster. What an absolute disaster. We can talk about, oh, well, this game was closer than we expected it to be. We can talk about the Chiefs, how they didn't blow them out like they should have. So I think it's a good time to talk about the Broncos and just how much of a failure this year has been. If you're talking about worst, like crushingly terrible expectations going into a season, people had them as Super Bowl picks. And now they might be the 3rd overall pick going into this year. No. I don't mean 3rd best team in the NFL. I mean literally the worst of the worst. One of the worst offenses I've seen all year.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing. And you made this big trade for Russell Wilson because the post-Peyton Manning era has not been kind to you.
No.
And now it's just like they got rid of Nathaniel Hackett finally. And it looks like they had some bit of a spark with the assistant head coach. But it's like, I think at this point, for the blame for this year, it's got to be 50-50.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? If you're the Denver Broncos, and you're going to be one of the 5 worst teams in the league, you know what you could really use right now? A top draft pick to grab CJ Stroud or Bryce Young, a top quarterback in the NFL draft. No, you gave up your 1st-round pick to the Seattle Seahawks, who wrote it out with Geno Smith. He was a fine bridge quarterback for this year, helped develop some young talent on defense, put them in close games and situations. And it's like, he's a fine guy, but I think he'll go down as a bridge guy. And I think he may play one more year and CJ Stroud or Bryce Young will be able to sit behind him. But you gave Seattle their solution at quarterback when all you had to do was be patient, wait one more year, and then you could have had your quarterback this year in the draft. But no, you decided to go out, trade for Russell Wilson. Obviously, no one knew he would be this bad, but it's weird because whenever we post about Russell Wilson, everyone's kind of mad. They're like, why are you ripping Russell Wilson? Like, stop talking to the guy. It's like, well, it's like he got paid over $200 million. He had more bathrooms in his house than touchdowns. And then I'm supposed to go easy or feel bad for the guy. It's like, no, the guy plays a game for a living and gets paid over $200 million. It's like, I think he can handle it.
I think he can handle it, and also he deserves the blame.
Yeah.
If, let's say, and this is a very extreme example, but I'm going to use it anyways.
Okay.
Let's say, hypothetically, someone like a Patrick Mahomes is like, fuck Kansas City. I'm tired of Andy Reid and his hamburger obsession. Let me go to, I don't know, pick a team in the NFC. Pick the Giants. Pick a team that's a quarterback away. The Seahawks.
The Commanders.
Yeah. The Commanders. Like, I want to go to the Commanders. I'm going to make the Commanders the best team in the NFL.
Okay.
And then they proceed to go 4-12. He forgets how to play football all season. When at one point in his career, he was considered in the conversation for top 5 quarterback in the NFL.
Right.
And then last year, he's banged up. Okay, maybe it's a sign of the times he moves. He leaves, and he is the worst quarterback in the NFL. The only people you can compare him to are Zach Wilson and Davis Mills and Marcus Mariota.
Yeah.
These are the quarterbacks that you're in the conversation with for worst quarterbacks. Quarterback rating, lowest in the league. Passer rating, touchdowns. It's a disgrace.
Yeah.
And this is coming from a Russell Wilson fan.
Yeah.
I was a Russell Wilson fan for the last decade. And I rooted for him in Denver. I'm like, oh, I want him to be great. I never believed that the Broncos were a quarterback away. I never really believed in Cortland Sutton. I never really believed in Jerry Jeudy. But I'm like, that defense with Randy Gregory, with Bradley Chubb, with all those guys, fantastic. I'm all here for it.